Hello, it's Carl Stabe, Dig the Fly. I'm excited because it's day 3 of the uh, Burnout Challenge. And today, talk about creating boundaries. I'm thinking boundaries, burnout, boundaries. Kind of the bees got stuck in my head. Um, but I really wanted to talk about what it takes to create boundaries, what it takes to really understand why boundaries are so important to helping you with burnout. Because if you don't believe in taking care of yourself and saying no to things, then you're going to be pushed around and you're going to deal with people overloading you with work. So one of the I got a quote set from Oprah. Setting boundaries is a way to preserve your energy for the things that really matter to you. And this is so true because when we really understand what matters to us, we can then say yes, or hell no to the things that don't fit what we're really trying to accomplish. So you got to look at your career, you've got to look at your strengths, your weaknesses, and you got to take that, 20,000 foot view, maybe not 50,000, right? But just that 20,000 foot view of like, where do you really want to go and how do you want to get there? So I want you to ask yourself a few questions. What are your strengths? What do you do well? Right? Because that's the stuff where you're going to get energy from. That's the stuff that's going to help you recharge when you need it. And where do you struggle? What are your weaknesses and how do you navigate those? Because when you can see like, oh, my patience isn't very good, that's me. Um, then you can navigate that. You can learn to put systems in place that will help you do the things that will allow you to slow down and calibrate your thoughts and your emotions. So one of the things I do at the end of every day is I have a rate your day routine. And in this routine, I basically write down 3 things I did well, 1 thing I learned, and then what I could do, what my rating was for the day, right? And this helps ground me. And I don't remember if we talked about that on Monday, but what it does is it just helps me, kind of have this routine of, okay, did I focus on my strengths today? Did I do these things well? And did they align with my strengths? Now, when you start to look at, the things that don't go so well for you and the things that drain your energy, that's when you can really start to like pick apart, like, okay, I put time into this project and it just didn't work, wasn't working for me. And I kept struggling with getting it done or focusing on it. Then like, okay, this is something in the future that I need to set a boundary around. We all have things in our careers where we have to do the type of work that doesn't energize us, no matter what. If you own your own company, you're the CEO, um, you might even have to do more of the, lousy things that drain you if you don't set up your daily projects and tasks appropriately. And we kind of do get caught in different roles and different situations. So we have to look at, okay, if this weakens me, if this is something I'm struggling with, how can I get help with it? Ask for support. How can I make sure I don't keep doing these things again and again and again? How do I say no to these? And this is where boundaries are so important to burnout, because if you're doing those things that weaken you, that doing those things that really drain you, then you're going to end up dreading going into work. Who wants to go into work if they have to do things that drain their energy? If you're an introvert, you don't want to have to be in front of people, on a daily basis, giving presentations, every now and again, it's good, right? Like we need to st- kind of stretch outside our comfort zone a little bit. But if we do it too much, it ends up overloading our nervous systems. And we can't all overload these nervous systems in a way that's going to make us basically burn out and going to make us dread the careers that we have and the work that we do. Because, as we talked about on day one, was we have the opportunity to kind of decide or look at the things that really matter to us and the things that don't matter to us. And you have to decide, okay, if I'm going to say yes to this thing, let's say, uh, what can you take off your plate? So if your boss is like, hey, can you work on this project? You might say, okay, I'm currently working on 5 projects, main projects. This is what I'm doing. What do you want me to stop doing? What is on the bottom of that list? And you might say, you might not want to include the thing that you're really passionate about, or you might phrase it in a way that's like, okay, now this needs to get done, and this is why. But the idea is doing stuff that energizes you, stuff that lights you up inside, because, that's the stuff you're good at. That's the stuff that's going to, keep you wanting more, to keep you engaged. So you have to try to get that the stuff that weakens you off your plate and do the stuff that really energizes you. So if your boss comes to you and is like, okay, do this task, and you can say, hey, these are the things, right? I don't I don't particularly like these 2 things. What would you like me to get rid of? I can either put it to the side and never see it again or offload it to somebody else. Of course, communication is key there, right? Not just, "Hey, this is yours," but like the whys around it. And also boundaries around time. How long is this gonna take? If they say, and this is an old trick, right? Like, if I want this by Friday or I want this by Wednesday, and you say, okay. And even if you have it done by Wednesday, follow up on Tuesday afternoon and say, okay, I don't I'm not completely done. I'm I'm close. I can definitely get this to you by Friday. I just want to make sure I'm staying on top of this work. And so you're showing that person, your boss or coworker, that you haven't dropped the ball, but that you are staying on top of things. And what this will do is give you wiggle room, right? This will be something that help you then say, okay, how do I navigate saying yes or no to things, or yes, but not getting it done right away? So you can still squeeze in the stuff that you love to do. Let's say it would take you a week, make it 2 weeks, because then you can squeeze in that stuff that energizes you. Okay. So as we wrap up, I'm trying to keep these short because I think no one's going to watch a whole hour of this. But the idea here is look at what you can eliminate. Make a list of these things. What drains your energy? What can you stop doing? Or what can you ask for support around? Or what can somebody else take over? Or what can you just not stop doing? There's certain reports that people want and no one looks at them, right? And so, how can you stop doing these reports? But then also look at what you can do more of. What are the things that energize you? What's the stuff that's going to light you up? Make a list of these things, right? And then try to do it in order of importance of like the things that truly matter to you, the things that you think will also help the company and move the needle that energize you, right? So you look at the list of, all the things of what drains you and that you don't like doing, and all the stuff that you like doing and you love doing and that helps the company, and see what you can do. And this is a great conversation to have with your boss, by the way. And nothing wrong with talking about this stuff. I hate when people just put their heads down and try their best. No, I love that when they try their best, but just put their heads down and like don't really talk about the things, their emotions, the things that are, that they like and don't like. Because if you do, if you speak up and say, I like these things, I don't like these things, then you're going to help guide your career. You're going to help become the captain back. You're going to get back in the captain seat and do those things you love. Okay. So that's it for Carl Stabe of digthefly.com. Check it out. Subscribe to this channel. I'm going to try to do more of these challenges. I'm trying to get better at using YouTube and talk to you guys more. So stay tuned. More stuff, good stuff to come. And thanks for watching.